Hi, ich dachte mir, ich probiere mal was Neues und fliege nach Göteborg zur Fuzz Gitarre-Show. Findet statt in den Eriksberghallen, früher eine Schiffswerft. Besteht aus einem wilden Mix aus Vintage, aus Neu durch Vertriebe und Shops, aus Kleinteilen, aus Teilen und aus Workshops. Und zum Workshop geht es jetzt erstmal mit Matthias 1a Ecklund. Ich nehme an, ihr versteht den Mann genauso gut wie ich. Ich habe irgendwas von Jumper Signature gehört.
Jag har så många kollegor som de hoppar från en grej till en annan och så har man sålt sin svärmor och hunden Lars och guldtänderna på grannen och så vidare och så har man köpt en nya eller någonting och så nästa vecka så är det någonting helt annat som gäller och man bara, vad fan nu sålde jag ju fast det kräks här ja men nu är det den här som gäller för att jag vill ha en ny hammock säger jag eller någon annan.
Ich habe es nicht ganz genau gesehen, aber ich glaube, vor der Tür stand sein Fortbewegungsmittel. Bevor wir in den zweiten Workshop einsteigen, lasse ich euch mit der Musik von Thomas Blug noch ein bisschen mit den Bildern der Fuzz Guitar Show alleine. Da könnt ihr euch überzeugen, wie vielfältig das ist und außerdem könnt ihr mit mir herausfinden, warum es die Gitarre heißt, weiblich.
Being a guy that went back to the blues gigs, to the blues and rock clubs, I had to carry my gear myself. So my 4x12 was a problem. So the first product that I even invented for just myself, no other company, was the cabinet I was just playing here. It's a 1x12 cabinet that was replacing my 4x12. Just because of the fact I was living on the second floor and I was fed up doing this, okay? So, and my power amp in this amp was an old tube power amp does, and my preamp in the preamp section just does the same thing like an old tube preamp does, without using tubes. So this guy's cheating, yes, but no. On the one hand, if the sound wouldn't be right, if the dynamics wouldn't be right, I wouldn't have done it. So I have actually something new in this box compared to what is on the market. And I'm using these little tiny SMD components, which makes it possible to be this small. And I'm using this more modern switch mode power supplies and Class D technology because it's very efficient and it doesn't get so hot and stuff like that. But being a guitar player and amp designer, I know how important it is not just be a physical 100-watt power amp. No, it has to have the punch, the feel and the tone of the real deal. Otherwise, it would be a joke for me as a guitar player. So spring type reverb, which is not the best in the world, but it sounds like a spring reverb, and there's no rattling here. So this is actually the only digital thing in my amp here. It's the spring reverb emulation. A bit higher on the volume, they start to break up, and that's exactly what happens on my amp as well. That's barky, but it's also kind of what we know from a good old tube amp. The difference between this amp and the old school Fender is I have a master volume, so I can, you know, kind of match the volume. So this is how my clean channel sounds on 10. What we are listening to now is I'm overdriving my preamp, and this is tube free. Okay, it hurts to say it's tube free, so the sound we are listening to now is tube free saturation. Well, there's my tube and power amp stage that gives the punch and the feel, but the actual overtones we are used to hear from a tube amp, which sound like this. This is created without the tube, okay? So here is the proof that I'm different. Try to do this with any other transistor amp on the market, and you will not get this rich tone. Simple as that. So this amp is on 3, like my GTM 45. It's quite clean, you know? Crank it a little bit more to 5. So it breaks up and it can be clean. It's nice and in between. This is 7. So that's 7, it's a nice point, and when I bring it to 10, I'm in the Jimi Hendrix world. The thing about 10 is you get all these muddy, nice and almost broken up sounds, okay, on the edge. Many people don't know what to do with it, which is totally clear, but the older I get, the more beauty I discover in this kind of muddiness, because I can form the sound with my fingers. I can go... If I'm in a bad mood or if I'm a lousy player, I sound like shit. I go like... You know, it sounds bullshit, but I change nothing. I just have... So, okay, That's my vintage channel, and it has the beauty of the vintage, which means, to me, I can still work the next 20 years in finding the right notes in this kind of muddy sound. Okay? If you don't want that, don't use the gain on 10, just go up to 7 and the world is still in order. Okay? With a little boost, I'm in classic rock. The good thing about this channel is I can still have a lot of control with the guitar and with the volume control. So it's raw. It's not, you know, too much compressed or whatever. It's just the old school vintage type of amps. And there's a beauty about it, which I love. Okay, some people hate it, so they probably like the next channel better. It's called Classic. So switch off the boost.